Who you giving the edge to between Devin and Loma? Who you expect to win that fight?
Well, I'm giving the edge to Devin in terms of because of youth. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't have as much battle scars on him as Lomachenko, but you can never look past Lomachenko, especially if what he brings to the table and his experience and skill set.
Devin is supposed to be fighting Loma pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
How do you see that kind of shaping up?
I want him to win the fight because I understand the business behind that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know,
business meaning him possibly fighting Tank in the future?
Not only that, but that's going to happen if he holds on to them belts. You know what I'm saying? Or either or. You know what I'm saying? But again, I understand that Devin and his dad paved the way to be where they at. You know what I'm saying? And it's on this other side now. You know what I'm saying? So that's a test that he have to make it through and whatnot. And I'm wishing the best for them and whatnot. That he get past Romo, which I know he will. You know, again. But again, we have to see.
I see you said that if Devin Haney will beat Lomachenko comfortably. Do you really believe that?
Yeah, definitely. I think he'll win every round.
Well, who do you have winning that? Loma or Devin?
Oh, you know, now I respect both. You know, I'm a very good friend of Lomachenko and also Haney too.
Yeah.
So, but I think, you know, is that fight happen? I think 60-40. For me, Haney have the best time right now. You know, he's quick, he's fast, he has power, and he moves so much, so well in the ring. You see the last fight with Kambosos. He made an amazing fight. So, of course, Lomachenko is Lomachenko, but you know, it's different way, different body, different hold, you know.
Vasiliy Lomachenko, we taking on Devin Haney. What are your thoughts on that fight, fam?
I think it's gonna be a challenging fight, but I got Devin Haney winning. I just think he's the bigger guy. He has a nice, strong jab, but I think Lomachenko will be able to bring something to the table and make it more of an interesting fight.
You think the blueprint was laid a little bit in your fight?
In the sense with the jab, yeah. I think I established the jab and kept him off bay with the jab. And I wouldn't say it's a blueprint, but it's an easy pick, you know? It was a jab that just kept him at bay, and if you keep on doing that, and Devin Haney has established and showed that he has a great jab against Kambosos. He beat Kambosos with just the jab, so if he keeps that jab with Lomachenko, I think it'll be a easier night for him.
I think it's a good fight. I'll favor Devin just a little more. Devin bigger, you know, a little younger and stuff like that, so I'll favor him a little more. But Lomachenko still, you know, Lomachenko still Lomachenko. He's still real good at what he does, but I just favor Devin.
Lomachenko beat Haney. Mark my word. Lomachenko beats Haney. Call a man old if you want to. I'm old too.
I personally think that Devin Haney is too fast, too young, too long, too skilled for a Loma who, in my mind, is getting a little bit older. And I make Devin a pretty strong favorite to win the fight in my head.
You know, and seeing the fact that you had been able to spar a guy like Devin, and he's going to be, and you said you sparred Lomachenko as well.
Yeah, did whole camp with Loma.
Obviously, at this point, you know, you're not going to reveal it too much, but just for the fight fans, because you have the insight of Loma and Haney, how do you think the fight plays out?
I think it's a great fight. It just all depends how much ring rust did Loma knock off. You know what I mean? And how well Devin makes the weight again. You know, but other than that, it's a tremendous fight. You got contrasting styles. You got a technical fighter that does a lot of things, and you got a traditional classic boxer in Devin. But Devin's a lot bigger man. He's longer. He's peaking right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's doing good. You know, so it's perfect timing for the fight, I believe, on Devin's end. And if Loma wants his ultimate dream of becoming an undisputed champion, he got to try to seize the opportunity. But Devin looking amazing right now.
Lomachenko, right? Fighting Devin Haney. Right. Honestly, man, I think Devin Haney is gonna give a great performance, and I'm leaning towards Devin.
Beating him in a way he hasn't been beaten yet, because it's been close losses. No one's with his ass, kind of thing.
It's one loss, right?
Yeah, he has two
losses to Toledo,
yeah. But I mean,
fights. No one really considers the first one because he was inexperienced.
Right.
But I mean, I'm wrong. Yes, credit to Toledo. Yes, he lost the first one.
But he got a lot better. I get your point. He got a lot better.
Lomachenko, second loss to Lomachenko was that one.
Yep.
And then I think that for sure I mean, Devin Haney is a different fighter than Salido, and then is a different fighter from Salido. Hey, ¿qué onda? Hey, what's up, dude? Good to see you, Devin. Same here, dude.
How are you? Good?
Great, fantastic, dude. So, yeah, like I was saying, I think that Devin has a lot to prove as well, and he has all talent. A lot of people don't know Devin Haney, but Devin Haney is a talented fighter with a lot of heart.
That was a guy you shared the ring with, right? You didn't spar Ryan Taylor, you did spar Devin, right?
I sparred Devin,
right.
Yeah. I shared the ring inside a boxing gym. So, yes, he's a good kid. He's a talented fighter. Well, he's not a kid anymore. He's a grown man. But he has a lot of talent, and he has a lot of heart. Has a good chin, and I think that his technical abilities will help him come out victorious in this fight.
You mentioned,
I'm leaning towards Devin. Let's go, Devin.
You know, we got the Haney-Lomachenko fight coming up as well. If do you expect Haney to win that fight, or do you got Lomachenko in that fight?
No, I think Devin's gonna win that fight. I think it's the exact same situation that he was with Teofimo. I mean, it's too big. Devin's too big for him, and Devin is a better boxer even than Teofimo. I mean, basically, Devin's gonna beat you from the outside. And I can't see Lomachenko, running up in there on him because Devin's big. Devin is really big for that weight class, and I just see Devin. It's funny that Lomachenko is supposedly the master boxer, but I think that on this night, I think Devin's going to be the one that's going to come out on the end as a master boxer.
Can you just give me your official prediction for how Devin Haney versus Lomachenko is going to go? It's supposed to happen sometime in May.
Listen, I got Lomachenko winning that fight. Okay. Devin Haney doesn't do enough to win fights. All he uses is his jab, and he stays on the outside. He's not going to be able to do that shit with Lomachenko if he fights Lomachenko weak for it. Because of the angles. You know what I'm saying?
Devin Haney, Lomachenko.
Devin. I'm always, like I said, I'm for the brothers, and not only that, I'm not even only for the brothers in this instance. I just think Loma's taking a slight step back, and Devin is taking slight steps up. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Like you could tell, like the same angles he gave us in the early parts of his career. It's the same angles now, but it's like you can see him coming almost sometimes. You know what I mean? So the moves he making are still the moves he's making, but they just slow down moves. And it doesn't help that the sport don't keep you as active as it used to. You know what I mean? So I think time is on Lomachenko's side, man. He's older, man.
Last thing, what do you think about Vasiliy Lomachenko and Devin Haney? Obviously, Ryan said he gets past Tank. That's what he wants, to get straight into the Devin Haney fight.
Yeah, well, Haney's got that edge because of his age. Age factor can play a role in this one. Loma wasn't like this, back then. So I'm gonna have to favor Haney on this one.
Yeah. Got Loma and Devin coming up.
Devin all day.
Devin all day.
Loma lost to Jermaine Ortiz, but they robbed him and gave him the fight against Devin Haney, trying to get him back to Undisputed. That's a political move in boxing, like I said. But for me, I don't think he should be fighting Devin Haney. Devin Haney going to walk through him. Like, he's not even going to touch Devin Haney. He's too fast, and he's getting stronger.
He's just on his way out, man. It's time for him just to start racking up these checks. He already had his reign of him being undisputed and him being world champion. It's just his time for him to start racking up these checks, man.
So do you kind of feel that at this point he is mostly doing it for the money and not necessarily because he thinks he can win?
I don't know what he's doing it for. I can't tell you that. I ain't his manager or him. But as far as his younger generation, he don't got enough. He don't got enough, and he's already smaller than us. He don't got enough will anymore. Like, he's not the younger fighter anymore. He's an older fighter, and that's just fact of the matter. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Fair enough.
He still is Lomachenko though. He still is Lomachenko, but it's just this young group right here, the young great group. He can't. I don't think he can beat any of us.
So yourself, Shakur, obviously, Devin, Frank. You don't think he could beat any of those guys?
Hank, Ryan,
them too. Yeah, them
he
too.
He can't beat. He can, sure. It's other people too we ain't even mentioned. I don't think he can beat.
Think so? You want to drop a name or two? Because you, it's
I would love to see him in there with Jeremiah.
Oh, Nakatalia?
Yes.
Well, that's okay. So I'm sure. All right, so let me figure this part out, because you're on one end, you're just like, Loma is still really good. Lomachenko is still Lomachenko. But on the other end, it kind of sounds like you got about 10 fighters that you don't think he can beat. So do you think he's just drastically falling off that much?
I just think physically, he's still Lomachenko in terms of his skill and what he does as to make him great. But his physical is definitely falling off. And all the fighters I said are still young, up and coming, super explosive. Brian Garcia, Tank, Shakur, Frank Martin, me, Devin Haney. Like, we are young and explosive and still got that energy. Jeremiah, we still young and still got that extra oomph. I think Lomachenko is physically falling off.
Dev going to smoke Lomachenko.
Considering that version of Loma, would you? Because I know you favored Loma over Devin Haney, but that version, would you favor?
No. Gotcha. Haney wins.
Haney's a more sharper puncher. He's more, quick off his feet. He can move in and out and hit you from a lot of different angles. While Lopez is more that thudding kind of, punch. But again, Haney improved with his, punching from the first fight to the second fight. So again, you can see him, his footage. Obviously, I've been watching. What he's doing.
Yes,
full respect. He looks like he's hitting harder. He's looking a lot bigger too. So, look, I'm looking forward to watching him and Lomachenko fight. And
breaking down that fight,
I wish him all the best.
Breaking down that fight with Lomachenko, a southpaw, incredible footwork. You've been in there with this man for 24 rounds. I know you could pull it off, but you had a different game plan the second round fight. What are the ins and outs of what has Lomachenko got to do?
Look, I never beat Haney, so I can't really say, hey, he's got to do this and do that.
Yeah.
And Devin is a very good fighter.
Yeah,
a very good boxer, IQ, and he can adapt. Look, he said it as well, and his dad said it, Bill. And in that first round, second round, and even in the third round, I brought a different aspect to the fight. I was trying to be a little bit smart, try to play possum with my stances and try to fight off different angles, and it was working. But then he was able to adapt. I lost my composure with a few things, and I should have tried to maybe not be too aggressive again, but again, that's history, and he just adapts well. He just got that good length, that good, foot span where he can step out of range and be able to hit you from that space, but you can't get him. So he's very good at what he does. He's a great boxer, but he's the elite, and I look at myself, as the elite as well. Went in there with 24 rounds, and Lomachenko again is an elite. Lopez as well. All these guys, they're all elite fighters, Shakur and Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. All these guys are the elite of the elite, fighting the best. And just because one takes a loss, who gives a fuck?
Exactly. Canelo, they just announced Devin Haney versus Lomachenko. You like it?
Nice fight. I like it.
Who do you like?
I think both are good fighters, but I think Devin Haney right now is a favorite.
Devin. Yeah.
Are you going to be at Devin's fight next week? I know he's facing Lomachenko, and you're good friends with Dev.
I'm not going to be there, but I wish him the best luck, and I know he's going to win.
Like an easy, you think you could probably get a stoppage in that fight, or?
I don't think it's going to be easy at all. I think it's a great fight. Obviously, Lomachenko is very, very good, but Devin's just too sharp in his prime. And yeah, hopefully he can get a stoppage, but I don't think Lomachenko's an easy guy to stop.
Jake,